I moved into the apartment on the 7th floor 3 months ago. It was cheap, close to work, and the building had a certain charm despite its age. The neighbors kept to themselves, which suited me just fine. But lately, I've been noticing things that don't quite add up. It started with the elevator. Every time I stepped inside, the doors would close, but the elevator wouldn't move. It would just sit there, humming, as if waiting for something. Then, without me pressing any other button, it would take me straight to the 7th floor. My floor, even if I'd chosen a different one. I shrugged it off at first. Maybe it was just an old, glitchy elevator. But it kept happening, every single time. One night after a late shift, I got in the elevator and hit the button for my floor. The doors slid shut, and the usual hum began. But this time, it didn't stop on 7. It kept going, passing 8, 9, 10. Then it stopped. The display read 12, but there were only 10 floors in the building. I felt a chill crawl up my spine as the doors slowly slid open. It was dark, pitch black, but I could make out the faintest glow of a hallway stretching out before me. I should have turned back, but my curiosity got the better of me. I stepped out, expecting the familiar click of the doors closing behind me, but they stayed open, as if waiting for my return. The hallway was silent. No hum of the heating, no distant sound of televisions from other apartments. Nothing. I walked slowly, my footsteps echoing too loudly in the emptiness. The air felt thick, almost oppressive, like something was watching me. Then I saw it, a door slightly ajar, with a dim light seeping through the crack. I didn't remember there being an apartment on this floor. Still, I couldn't resist the pull. I reached out and pushed the door open, the creak sounding louder than it should have. Inside was a small, cluttered room. It was as if someone had just left in a hurry. Papers scattered across the floor, a cup of coffee on the table, still warm. But what caught my attention was a photo on the wall. It was me, standing in the hallway right outside the door. I froze, my heart pounding. The photo was clear, detailed, and there was no mistaking it. I was wearing the same clothes, carrying the same bag. It had been taken just moments ago. I turned around, expecting to see someone holding a camera, but the hallway was empty. I backed away, nearly tripping over a stack of newspapers. That's when I noticed the dates. They were all from the future, tomorrow, next week, even a month ahead. And the headlines. I saw my name over and over in stories about disappearances, accidents, deaths. It was like the room was showing me a timeline, a future where I'd never make it out of this building. I felt something cold brush against my arm. I turned, but there was nothing there. I bolted for the door, ran down the hallway, and jumped back into the elevator. The doors closed, and the humming began again. This time, it went straight to the 7th floor. I stumbled out, my hands shaking, but when I looked back, the elevator doors just closed and stayed shut, as if nothing had happened. I didn't sleep that night. The next day, I tried to ask the building manager about the floors, but he just looked at me like I was crazy. "There's no 12th floor," he said. "Never has been." I considered moving out, but I didn't. I convinced myself it was just a bad dream, a trick my tired mind played on me. But every time I step into the elevator now, I can't shake the feeling that it's watching me, waiting. And sometimes when I'm alone in my apartment, I hear the faint hum of the elevator, as if it's moving on its own, stopping at a floor that shouldn't exist. Last night, I found another photo slipped under my door. It was of me, standing in the hallway, my eyes wide with fear. But this time, there was a shadow standing behind me, a figure I don't remember seeing. I think it's getting closer, and I'm starting to realize that I'm not alone in this building. I never was.